GS, thank you very much for having us. Beginning of the year or mid-year during my labor celebrations on May Day, my resolutions amakaita improve welfare yabashandi.
Yes.
How far have you gone? Have we seen a change so far? My resolutions amakaita. Are we seeing any movement, more improvement in welfare yabashandi?
Yeah, there is some movement that has started. Takatanga kutaura nyaya ye salary increase, minimum wage of $600 as a base of a living to improve my living standards in my mine workers. Very difficult, but we have seen some mines trying to improve these salaries, the salaries of workers. We have been on the ground and we are happy to report that Bigita Minerals has improved the salary of its workers. Anjin in Chiadzwa has improved the salary of workers to about 450 as a minimum. We've also seen some other mine, Zhongjiang in Wange, it has tried to improve the salary of its workers with another $100. We've also started to look on other needs like the funeral, medical, which we believe our members also require as conditions of service. We have partnered the Old Mutual and First Mutual Life to come in and provide medical for our members, funeral for our members as part of benefits, and we've started to engage my employers with very part of those benefits, so part of conditions of service, and towards our trust, which we said we want to see mine workers living a life commensurate to the value of minerals that we are mining. We believe the base has been set, and we are going towards with our 9 demands, which include the issue of profit sharing, share ownership schemes, where we want to see our members, our mine workers having a share in terms of the profits that we would have made at the end of the year. So we are looking very much with the red eyes on the end of this year to see which companies are going to adopt and also going to honor the issue of profit sharing. We want to see mine workers benefiting from the hard work that they've done in the previous year. So yes, to answer you, there is movement towards improving the welfare of workers as per our demand on 1 May 2023. And this journey of demanding an improved working standards of mine workers is ongoing. 2024, we are dubbing it a year of action, where we are going in every district and at every mine to say mine workers' lives matters, and we want to see mine workers across all the mining, all the sectors within the mining industry improving, and the communities where these minerals are being mined. We want to see development, real transformation, real development taking place in these areas through our engagement, through our fight for a better living standards for mine workers.
With regards to that, we have seen a new Labor Act. How revolutionary is it in the mining sector?
Yeah, the Labor Act is a baby that we also assisted to come up with, though it did not answer some of the areas that we really wanted. But this Labor Act is going to transform some of the things that we have been crying for. Number one area is to do with the composition of the National Employment Council for the mining industry. We have been saying our CBA is outdated. The comrades that sit within the NEC are very tired. They've been failing to see that our CBA is now against the terms and conditions of the Labor Act, and our admission to the NEC, we are going to see an improvement. We are going to amend our CBA, which is outdated, and it is of 1990, which is outdated completely, with some of the jobs classes that we are seeing are not covered in that CPA. So it's one area which we are celebrating. We are also celebrating the new Labor Act in the area of dispute resolution. We have cases that have been reported since 2016 that have been outstanding in the NEC, and the dispute resolution process has been improved. We now have arbitrators we have time limits to deal with issues, and the issues that are going to be reported going forward are only going to take 3 months for them to be disposed. These are developments. We are also celebrating the issue of maternity leave. Mine workers, women, have been crying on the right to maternity leave. They have not been accorded that right because the law was very open for abuse. So we are celebrating that. Yes, there is a provision of casualization of labor, which we think we are going to deal with it as we are going to be in the NEC. So the Labor Act, as it has now become law, we are celebrating it, and we are going to use it to the advantage of mine workers as a progressive and radical union. Those provisions that favors the workers, we are going to utilize them, and we are going to utilize them aggressively and radically.
We have seen over the years our mining industry being populated by Chinese investors who happens to be major investors in the mining sector. And over the years, as union, you've been having challenges, you've been fighting with these employees. Have there been a change? Because from the Chinese embassy here in Zimbabwe, they are saying no, they don't condone whatever forms of abuse which are happening on the ground.
Yes.
They have been condemning that. Have we seen any improvement? Have we seen any changes in terms of relations and employer rights?
As a union, we don't need to be friends of the Chinese investors here in Zimbabwe. We are a stakeholder who deserve respect from them. We also respect them as investors. But on issues that affect our members, we are dealing with them the way we believe is the best. There is no secret cows in terms of dealing with the Labor Act. The Labor Act is clear on how workers should be treated, and we have been dealing with these cases. We are not going to be crying that they've done this, they've done that. We are going to be challenging whatever is done that is against the law. It has to be challenged, and the challenging, we are doing that, and we are winning cases against the Chinese. We are also trying to move forward to say maguta kunyarwa. Kana tikanzwisisa kuti tine rights, tikanzwisisa kuti you are coming here kuzotipa employment, you also need kutinyara, not respect our culture, you also need to respect our rights, they also need to respect the laws of this country. So we are saying the Chinese, as they might want to deny, we agree that some of the acts that are happening are being done by people, migrant workers that they are favoring. They are importing, they are bringing in workers from China. Some of them are prisoners who are jail boys who are working in this country. They come here, they want to practice their jail activities because they are criminals. So our trust going forward is to want to know who is working as a foreigner. I'm not trying to be someone who doesn't want foreign workers to come and do it. We are saying as they come in this country, they must come and they must be qualified to occupy those jobs. If they are not able to be qualified, then we don't want them here. They cannot come here and violate our rights. Not the investor, but the people they are bringing. We have adequate technician, we have adequate qualified people to take all those jobs. So we are saying the people that they are bringing in this country are the major culprits in as far as abusing our workers is concerned.
We have seen some challenges in companies such as Riozim and its subsidiaries and your cause of putting those companies under corporate rescue. Can you tell us more of the challenges at Riozim and maybe your thrust going forward in how those companies can be helped?
Riozim lacks management direction. We believe the company does not have money to operate. They are benefiting from our mineral hand to mouth, and the welfare of workers is deteriorated. We don't see a proper investor in Riozim currently. Workers are struggling to get their salaries. Workers are struggling to get PPE, proper, adequate protective clothing. They are working under very difficult conditions, and the salaries are paid very late. Sometimes you get a salary in the next month, at the end of the next month, and it is being staggered. And this position is worrisome. What we have done as a union before, we have been saying, Riozim, let's engage. and possibly we have also engaged government to say, can you intervene on the Rio Zim saga? Because we don't want to see another Shabani Mashava when these mines collapse. We also don't want to see job losses. So our approach of copper rescue is still under consideration. Our members have said, I think it's high time to now apply for the copper rescue, because we believe what is lacking in the resources there. Look at Muroa, it produced the best diamond, but they are failing to pay workers on time. Look at Rengo, it's one of the best gold producing companies. They are failing to pay salaries on time. Look at Kemen Motor, they build a massive bio whatever a plant which they say is going to be producing gold, and that means they had that hope, but they are failing to pay salaries. So it means it's management, lack of management. Copper rescue is all about bringing a new person, an independent person, to come and manage the affairs of the mine until it is out of where it is today. We want to see the mine producing and selling and able to pay salaries. But we feel the management is letting down the shareholders. I think maybe the shareholders also are to blame. They are failing to identify better managers. We hear the managers are incompetent to the extent of buying equipment that they are not using at Muroa. They've got a 2 million equipment, a plant that they've bought which is not being used. That was a letdown from that management. So we believe copper rescue is the way to go. And since I said we are consulting our members, they've reached a stage where they are saying this is the way to go, because we cannot allow that big employer to collapse because of poor management.
As we are ending the year 2023, what is the major challenge currently being faced by mine workers in the country?
The major challenge that we have seen is to do with the salary. The salary that workers are earning is poverty wage, considering the value of the minerals that are mined in this country. This is the most critical challenge that mine workers have been facing. It is to do with the salary, and they are overtaxed. We believe the finance minister needs to review up the tax bracket so that the workers across the country also have something to spare and take their children to school. And the other major challenge is to do with the conditions of service, which deals with the health, safety and health. Mines have been over-mined. We have not seen companies investing in safety and health and retraining of their workers to also understand the safety standards that are coming, and using the new technology, new machinery that is coming. We have seen accidents happening because of the machineries or equipment that has been brought at the mine. So mines have not been investing in safety and health. So these two are critical challenges that mine workers have been facing.
As a union, what have you been doing in terms of advancing worker welfare issues, in terms of maybe rectifying some of the challenges which are currently being faced?
The role and responsibility of a trade union is to advocate, to campaign, to challenge, and also to litigate some of the misdeeds by employers. And all these three, we've been doing them at our best. Number one, we have been pushing through government, through employers, and we have been talking about the challenges that mine workers, our demands are in everywhere. They are in the public domain, and our members are aware, the employers are aware. We have been publicizing these demands for everyone to see. We have also been publicizing and talking about the situation in terms of safety and health that is prevailing in the mining industry, including the accidents. We have been talking about figures of injured workers. We have been talking about deaths that has happened in the industry. We have also been taking issues for litigation. We have several cases. This year alone, we had over 120 cases that have went through the National Employment Council and Ministry of Labor, where workers are demanding salaries that has not been paid, gratuity that has not been paid, unlawful termination that has not been paid, malif days, chayo, overtime. all those cases have went through the National Employment Council, and most of them have been disposed. Yes, we have been crying over the issue of dispute resolution, but because of this new Labour Act, we have now started to file cases for execution through the High Court, and the Magistrate Court, so that we push the hours that have been granted, the judgment that has come from the NEC and the Ministry of Labour. So during this period as a union, we have been on the ground attending and also trying to do our work as an advocate for workers' rights. We have been pushing those issues through speaking directly to the authority, which is the employer and also the government of Zimbabwe. They are aware of the issues that workers are crying for, and they have been addressed fully by the union.
As a union, you are not spared from the challenges currently faced by other organizations. What are some of the challenges which you are facing as a union?
The union is facing only issue of resistance by capitalistic employers who want sweetheart trade unions. They think they are the one who choose a trade union to work with. This is challenge number one, which we have been facing. Resistance by unions who want to capture, by employers who want to capture trade union. We have also faced a challenge of a system. The system currently prevailing in the sector, in the industry, is corrupt. We have a system that has been allowed to exist for too many years by our comrades who have been in the industry before our existence. This system does not allow or does not think workers have got rights. Workers can be jargon on by anyhow. So the system has been a big letdown. We have also been facing a challenge of subscriptions. Employers take subscriptions in US dollars from our members. They pay in RTGS. They convert the money using bank rate, and this has been a big challenge to us. So the three have been a challenge to us, but a trade union is not in business. Our business is to make sure the rights and interests of members are protected. So we have, as much as those are our challenges, we have been pushing radically, and some of the resistance is going away. Some of the challenges of the system, we are also eradicating. The system is starting to see that there is need to work as a one entity and do away with the paper-based trade union that are mushrooming in other districts, and at company level, workers are rejecting such organization. They are also rejecting a sweetheart trade union that is needed by employers. The Amuzi guys have been rejected, and they are being rejected by the workers. They are now using T-shirt and cap recruitment strategy, which we don't know where they are getting it from, because workers do not eat a T-shirt or a cap. They want bread and butter issues addressed. They want their issues of salaries addressed. They want the issue of overtime addressed, and we are trying to do that, and we are achieving.
We have seen the union on a charm offensive regionally.
Yes.
Anything you should like to say about that?
At regional level, Zdamwu is becoming a powerhouse. We have started to tell our comrades in the region that we are all workers of Africa. And as Africa, it's high time we start to demand to speak and start to speak with one voice. There are issues that affect us together, and we have seen our political leaders, our leaders, who, and even our employers, they are one. It's high time we start to speak as one voice, as Africa workers, and demand. We have started to canvass to say, let us all demand share ownership as Africa. Let us all demand profit sharing as Africa. This demand is going to be all over Africa, and all African workers are going to be demanding this right, and we are going to be pushing for that. And for your information, we are going to form a federation for African unions in the mining and the energy sector. We believe these sectors need us to be on the forefront to push for our rights.
Thank you very much, GS. Anything which you'd like to add?
I want to say 2024 is a year of activity and action towards total liberation of mine workers of this country. And at regional level, we will also be pushing the same agenda. We are going to be challenging every act of misconduct by our employers radically. We are not a sweetheart trade union. We are a radical trade union that pushes for the interests and rights of our members. And we don't need any endorsement from an employer who doesn't want to follow the dictates of the law. And to our members, we are saying the wall is still on, and we are going to be on the ground. It's high time we demand our rights and our space and speak loudly for the benefit of our country.